There is no way Unrivaled put a fake 2-minute counter so we can just scroll through. We can find out, is Caitlin Clark playing? Who are the last 2 players? Wild mystery player! Oh my god, mystery player is a thing! It happened! It happened! Mystery player is a thing! They don't have 36 players! They don't have 36 players! It's been confirmed! It's been confirmed! They do not have 36 players! Let's take a look at the teams. Let's take a look at the teams quickly here. Okay, so they're picking the teams. They don't have 36 players! Oh my god! I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. They don't have 36 players. They've only got 34. There is no way. There is no way. And by the way, those players are going to probably suck because of the pod they're in. They're in the, for lack of a better word, worst players pod. I can't believe it. They actually don't have 36 players. They don't have 36. Oh my god. I don't think anyone thought this. Oh my god. Unless they announce, let's see how the video ends. No, there's no. Oh my god. This is mental. Alright, let's take a quick watch of this. What's Pod E? Okay, let's say there is 2 players you don't want in your team in Pod E. Angel and Leah Boston. Like, there's a big gap here. Okay. They're obviously on different teams, so it makes no odds. Why did they start with Pod E, by the way? Why are they doing that?
Now, if you could fight for one basketball club, who you got?
Apparently I'm fighting a couple.
Hopefully Bill.
Pod A, Skylar Diggins, Chelsea Gray. So at least Jewel Lloyd and Skylar Diggins can't be on the same team, I guess. They have 2 wildcard spots.
The rest of these basketball clubs with Pod A and your selections and what you see fit.
What's so fascinating about that group is their playmakers. So you have some really elite passers and you have some really elite scorers. So the development guy in me is like, how do we help those passers become even better scorers, making the right reads in plays, and we all understand that. So,
okay.
And vice versa. So that group excites me.
I know I told you guys in the beginning, there are some things that we really want to make happen.
The only reason it's a 22-minute long video is because they put in a timer we can skip
for the fans. And we're going to put Jewel Lloyd on the miss with Breanna Stewart. I'll go to you, Drew. You see that?
Okay, old Seattle Storm
automatically.
teammates.
What are your thoughts?
Just an exciting duo, so I'm not surprised that the fans want to see it.
Figure out how to guard it.
So it's like, I'm not surprised the fans want to see it. Like, you made the teams! What are you talking about?
Resetting. Especially those 2 in a 2-man.
Call time out, DJ.
Yeah, right.
Skylar Diggins might be able to do the same thing for Leah Boston.
I really believe that, to me, the Unrivaled.
Okay, that's interesting. I hope you get. I'm guessing Jackie Young maybe.
Yes, the competitive piece, but developing the talent. Yeah, how do we help develop the talent? So I believe Chelsea, the point guard, like she would be a great piece for Angel to just help her on the court, become more dynamic in pick and roll, and just develop that relationship.
I like Chelsea Gray with injuries. I like that.
Angel needs that type of leadership. That's an incredible leader in Chelsea Gray. Incredible leader.
18, so if we compare her
Like
with...
they don't. Whoever made this doesn't understand social media and doesn't understand the Premiere feature. I'm not joking. They actually just don't know what they're doing.
You know, Plum, who shot 37% this year.
Yeah.
You know, I think from the standpoint of parity, doesn't make a little sense.
I agree. AT can be a playmaker. Yeah. Then you go Enrique with Fee, and you go Jackie with Satu.
Enrique with Fee, because there's
Okay, Jackie and Satu or Enrique and Fee are the 2 best.
history
so
there. Debate.
Another one
They're
so
the
strong
2
on the
best.
post, and it seems like it would be a little bit more well balanced.
So they're going to Pod
Ron,
C,
what's the
which is the scoring guards, I guess. Dejanay's got to go with Angel. It is what it
first
is.
thing that sticks out about this player pod?
I would say just, you know, really dynamic wings. They all can shoot the ball really well. I think there's a level of physicality and toughness and grit to each of their games.
Unrivaled, yeah. What you think I'm watching
Going with
now?
the theme of relentless and dogs, then you got to put Kalia with Kelsey Plum and Alyssa Thomas. Unfair?
That team. Oh wow.
I think Rose
needs that.
need to.
Not to say that Chelsea and Angel not dogs,
Yeah,
you know,
they are.
but she gives. She gives them another element of dog too.
Yeah. They look pretty
I love it. They were like, oh, let's put Copper with these. Actually, nah, that's unfair. I love it.
good right now.
They're winging it, by the way.
If we put Ryan Howard with Enrique in Boston,
Why are you putting Ryan Howard, who is a 6'2" Enrique, with Enrique?
there goes another
Oh, wait, sorry. They gave Enrique Aaliyah Boston and they swapped Skylar Diggins? Okay, that's weird.
level of scoring for them. There's a lot of fits that I can see where she would be, but at this point I would put her with Enrique in Boston.
Okay, let's go to Alicia Gray.
I would say to the Lunar Owls.
I don't know if I
weird.
want two left-handers on one
That's what I
team.
was going to say. I
You
literally
know,
thought about that.
I actually, the first thing that came to my mind was Jackie and Satu.
You don't think Jackie Young and Alicia Gray are so similar?
There's two dogs on E right there.
Similar in the
They are.
sense
No, very
of,
much. Very much so. You know,
So say Jackie and Alicia Gray too similar. What about Enrique and taller Enrique?
yeah,
So saying
I was
give her
saying that's where my mind went, but
Right.
that doesn't mean that that's
So let's go to Dejanay Carrington.
My first thought is surrounding her with shooting. You know,
They're not putting Dejanay with Angel?
obviously
What?
a great wing defender, high-level
That's
competitor.
odd.
I would say either the mist
That is odd.
or the laces. Obviously open to discussion.
I like surrounding her with some veterans, some leadership. So like you were saying about her in the mist, the development piece, on the court, off the court, the mental piece.
She lacks no confidence.
Plays in the mist.
She's shooting.
Fair enough.
No question.
Very balanced.
Who would they
If
give
I-
to the
you know,
laces?
I'm not sure what the group thinks.
Give Kayla
but you
McBride
look
to the laces.
at, like high usage, high volume shooter score.
Pod B is... I mean, Tash Cloud's even one of the best players in this league, and same with Brittany Sykes. So those two are quite
Take
a bit
Natasha
better.
Cloud. And that's where I would give Vinyl, their defender. I give Vinyl their leadership. I give them Natasha Cloud.
Let's move on to
Vinyl looking pretty good.
then Brittany Sykes.
I could see Slim.
I like
being a good
Sykes, the
addition to
defender.
their Owls. You know, I think about obviously someone that I've coached the last few years.
Like, the wild cards are in pot D, by the way. So they're in the, for lack of a better word, worst 4 players in this pot.
But an incredibly explosive athlete that could add a certain level of burst and athleticism to an already good Lunar Owls basketball club.
Okay, let's talk about Salute. Where do we see her?
I feel like it makes sense to put her with the mist right there, missing a point guard, a true point guard. Two really good wings.
Why do you need a true point guard? This is 3v3. What are you guys talking about? Why would you need a true point guard in 3v3?
And then Breanna Stewart.
She's still one of the best at manipulating ball screens. She
Yeah.
like, gets exactly where you want to go under. She's able to she's
free screen,
yeah,
all
she's
that kind of stuff.
crafty. Yeah, fun to watch.
Okay, let's move on to Courtney Williams.
Manipulating ball screens. Again, this is 3-on-3.
In Pod B, where do we see her?
She transitioned from the mentality of a 2 guard to a 1. That's not an easy thing to do. And then when you step and you start
Courtney Williams just chucked. What are you talking about?
to bring your team along, being that playmaker necessary to get everybody involved, and that's Courtney Williams.
Also teams up McBride and Court, who are also together.
Do we look at maybe Natasha Cloud with the Rose?
She's used to playing 35, 36 minutes a night. She'll be good for that. Only thing is, obviously, Tasha and Ka play together, but I don't think we're going to be able to avoid that.
I hear you're making this unfair.
Her and Sykes?
Tash
That's what I-
Cloud, like.
I was thinking switch her and Sykes. Sykes can play on the ball.
And Jordan Canada with Vine.
Oh, Brittany Sykes.
That would be Tiffany with Jackie. I mean, I know they play together.
I think that looks even better.
Let's move on to Pod.
They didn't even mention Tiffany Hayes. Pod F is just the centers. These players. Dearica Hamby is by so much the best player in this pod.
Hamby, Shakira, who I coach, Azare is more than capable of it. Aaliyah Edwards has shown a lot of growth in that area as well.
They're going to give
Just
Dearica
dynamic
Hamby the injury, so he's not.
bigs, and then BG and Steph. People don't think of BG as a shooter, but she shot probably about 38, 40% maybe on the year. Obviously a low clip. So just dynamic bigs.
Let's start with Dearica. Which club should we place her with?
She's a mover. She plays with pace, smart, just understands how to play in and out of screens, just getting up and down the floor. So I would put her with the Vinyl.
Okay, let's move on to BG.
What about we're trying to make some like rivalries the fans are gonna look for. Like, this isn't like, if you're talking about the fans, this is nothing to do with it. They're just picking random things.
Looking at these teams, which club should we place her with?
Maybe Phantom to give them a true post presence in case Sue wants to play out in the perimeter, right? That's a perfect fit. I would just say give them some physicality. I mean, not that they don't have Jackie Young really physical, but Brittany Griner.
Where should we
They're
place
acting like this is 5v5 with the way they're talking.
Would be really good for her growth.
Given that too, like the leadership between on the mist, Jewel Lloyd, Courtney Vandersloot, Breanna Stewart, like that would be.
You know what? We need the leadership. This is 3v3 half court, full court basketball. This is nothing to do with leadership. This is going to be about who runs up and down the fastest.
Great fit for a young player who needs, some guidance, and I think it would be a great 10 weeks for her.
Let's go to Azare Stevens.
Azare, obviously, she can stretch the floor, shoots the three really well.
I think, Angel.
She's
And
This
it
one
might
doesn't
surprise
matter.
a lot of people
Like,
in the sense
this
of
section doesn't matter other than Hamby. They're all
I
gonna
didn't know
suck.
she could do that.
So I will speak on Pod D in the wild card. This isn't a content play that we're going to pull out December 15th and be like, guess what, Laces? You guys get, XYZ player, right? We're going to try to fill those spots with the best players that we can. Basically, it's going to lead to two teams having an ability to go sign someone, so they still have a chance to be really, really good players. But
So basically, they've basically said two teams are just going to be able to just sign whoever they want. We're not going to just announce on December 15th. Two teams are going to be able to sign. What?
those players are not signed yet. It can go kind of either way. Someone's got to start recruiting, basically.
So they're telling the coaches they have to recruit whoever their coaches are. Hell no, they're screwed. They're screwed.
Right. So given those last few thoughts, let's start with Rikia Jackson. Which basketball
She's going to be a
club
hooper in this.
should we place her in?
Rikia is, I think she has the highest floor. She can compete with the big dogs, right?
Rikia with the vinyl, Lexi with the laces.
So what I love about Lexi is I think this is
Lexi's her game suits this league.
like a normal team, right? Like at a certain point, you need players that can fill a role for a team.
Certainly.
And like so now,
You need players that can fill a role. This is full court 3v3. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
someone's going to get a shooter.
All that's not. She also led the league in 3-point percentages. So you're getting an elite shooter, and then
She's also was literally the worst 3-point shooter in the league before the All-Star break. She just got nuclear hot for 10 games. And that has to take into account too.
wild card to the Phantom.
The only other thing I would change is I would look at moving Rikia to the Mist so she can kind of learn underneath Stewie, and then I would look at moving Ray Burrell up to the Vinyl Basketball Club. I think she completes that team.
Ray Burrell, really good two-way player. She'll go out there and play extremely hard for you. Very young, but hungry, but just overall a pretty versatile player.
Okay, let's move on to Kate Martin.